No, no, no. Ois Dalid. The Rebbe says it's not that the goyim they tell themselves that the sun, the moon, and the stars have their own free will to give, and they're the ones that will give me more. And it's not that the Yid knows because he's smart, and that's why he chooses the king. The Rebbe says no. There's two things here. First of all, before everything, the main reason why Akum, Umisoilam, Goyim choose not to choose God, and you didn't choose the Eibishter. We say like this: by the Akum Umisoilam, the main thing is the Ashpa, the sustenance, the substance, the stuff that are going to come out of them. Right now, I want to get what's good for me. Right now, that's what counts. I am going to feel bad later. I want right now. They want the ashpa that's going to come. What's good for them right now? This that they chooses the Eibishter, it's not that he's smart. The Rebbe says Ezagui. And the good here is, if you want to get from God, you want to get from the Eibishter, first of all, you have to be bibittel, nullify yourself. Because the Eibishter doesn't come down into something which is not mavutal, he can't come into something. I shouldn't say can't, but he doesn't come. The Eibishter doesn't feel comfortable coming down into something which is not nullified to him, something that's bottled to him. So a Yid, in order for him to get the Ashba from the king, from the Eibishter, first of all, he has to nullify himself. But if a person gets from Klipa and Sidra Achra, he does not have to nullify himself. It's the first reason. Okay? The first idea here is that you have to be bebittel. Nullify yourself if you want to get from the king. On the other hand, if you want to get from the other sources, you don't have to nullify yourself. And the second idea here is that when somebody goes against Eibishter's Ratzon, against God's will, and it decides to connect to the other sources, the Rebbe tells you that the other sources give you more than you would get from connecting to God. And that's why the Umasoilam, the Akum, the Goyim, decide to choose that over the Eibishter. And not only that, they get the top of the top, they get the cream of the crop, they give you the best of the best. And here the Rebbe comes to tell you that's the goydel, smartness, the pichus. You got to be wise to give up your own pleasure. You have to give up this idea that now I have to be nullifying myself. And more than that, I'm going to get a mitzumtzum, which means the idea of less and calculated hashpah. You get less and a calculated chayus according to my avodah, according to the way I serve. That's what I'm going to get. Make a keli, make a vessel. The Eibishter brings down, he gives. But if somebody goes against the Eibishter, that also the chayus, the life comes from a higher place. Toyu, chaos, Believable, unlimited. Not only that, the Klippa tells him, oh, you're a Yid, I need you to do Avedis. So you do XYZ, ABC, CBD, and I will give you from the Reish, from the top at the top, and the rest, that's how he gets his chayes. Otherwise, the Klippa doesn't get chayes. He chaps people to do Avedis, and that's how he gets his chayes. So this is the greatness of the Yid, of the Pikeach. It's not what we said until now, that they have Bechira. Wasn't the marshal actually the king? Yeah, you look at a Melech Basar Vadam, king, with noblemen, with people, president. So the people that he has running the country, they have their own free choice. But here we're talking about the Eibusher, God with the sun, the moon, and the stars. Is no free choice. It's not like you could compare the marshal, the marable, to the nimshal, what we're saying in the Maimer, to what's learned out of it. The idea here is that the Pikach, the smart guy over here, is doing it because he enjoys the avodah, the working that he's doing for the king. He enjoys the fact that he works for the king. The Rebbe doesn't mention it here right in this idea, but there's the idea of the difference of in Bechlal, different places in Chassidus, of serving the king like a son, serving the king like an Eved, like a slave. The son doesn't meet the Chava, he's his father. A Eved is afraid he's going to get whipped, but he still does it. It's like a horse, he's going to get whipped. If he goes right, if he goes left. And not only that, is that the haber, the hay is in front of him, so he sees the hay in front of him, so he's always moving forward. But he can't reach it, but it's on two sticks, and there's a plate of a bucket of hay, and he's always going forward to eat. That's what makes him move. Is it about the food that you have in front of you, the pleasure that's in there at the moment, or the akas hashevet, or whatever it is, he's going to get beaten up? The here idea is that a Yid, he's serving the Eibush there. The Rebbe tells you, he's daled. He enjoys. He picks it because he wants to serve the Eibush there. Even though he's going to give up on the many ashpa, the chayis, the life that he's going to get if he drops it, even though he doesn't have to. Now he has to nullify himself and connect himself and mevatl himself to the Eibush there. He's ready to give it up to get a little bit real, true quality, real life, something that will last. Ad kan is dalit.